Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching this week's episode. We want to promote where you can see us. For tickets, go to joegattoofficial.com to see all my tour dates. And for Steve's, go to punchup.live/Steve-Byrne. That's Byrne. He makes it super easy to find him. And now, on to the episode.
There was a problem, yo, I saw. Word to your mother.
Coming at you live. Stretch out the guts so we can get deep with it. Hey, everybody, I'm Joe Gatto. And that's Steve Byrne. And we are the Two Cool Moms. Thank you for tuning in to our newest episode.
Yes.
Stevie, you have some issues with your shirt you ordered. You said,
What color do you think it is?
I would say your shirt is purple, lavender.
Lavender.
Yeah, I would say
so not
lavender.
even purple.
Yeah, I would say
lavender.
an off perp.
I ordered a pink one.
That's not pink.
And it came back this. I forget what the company's called.
It's called colorblind.org.
You can't read that, right?
I can't read that.
But it's like a pricey. It's like a little pricier.
I will say this is
sweatshirt.
nice. I like it.
It's a nice sweatshirt, but it's not the color I ordered, nor is it a color I normally would wear.
And here's why: because it washes you out.
It washes me out.
Yeah, it's a terrible color for you.
Yeah.
Would look good on me though. So when you're done with it at this episode,
Do you want
take it? I'm going to take that shirt
For
you.
real?
For sure.
Okay.
It looks comfy. It's a good color for me. For you, it doesn't do you any favors.
Jesus.
I'm not saying you look bad. I've seen you look better. Is all I'm saying, Stevie. And I'm going to shoot you straight because that's how I do. Okay.
Oh, I know.
And the Hiroshima hat, too soon. This outfit has got a lot of misses. I love you, buddy.
All right. Well, I guess I'll go get my Holocaust Schindler's List hat on.
I got a
What'd
T-shirt
you get?
that says, "You see my T-shirt? Read it."
I'm a grown man. I do what my dog wants.
Get it?
Yep.
It was a Christmas gift.
Well, you are. How many dogs are you up to right now?
We got 12 in the hood right now. We got 12 of us.
12.
Yeah.
That's lower.
Well, no, 12 of ours. And then
Oh.
for us to actually out to adopt, we're down to 9 right now. We've crushed it.
Gatto
Year
Pups.
end.
How many have you
Saved. We just did the numbers. We just ran the numbers. We had
Yeah.
our big holiday party, and we ran the numbers while we did our little toast. We have saved 196 dogs.
Come on.
Since inception. 134 have been adopted out to homes.
Wow.
The other ones either ended up as a Gatto pup or had passed on, and we gave a hospice situation at our house, or were unable to save, but we gave it a good shot.
So 200 lives.
200 lives have gone through.
You've changed
yes.
for the better.
For the better.
Dude, congratulations.
Yeah, which is great. Yeah, we were excited.
And Gatto
about that.
Pups is still running strong.
GattoPupsandFriends.com.
Brick and
man.
mortar.
That's it.
You got it going.
Got it all going. This year, we're going to try to do some big things here. Try to do some bigger things this year. We're going to figure out some other ways to make it keep going and growing, because Bessie's just doing a great job with it, and we've been having so much fun.
Yeah.
And it's become a real part of the fam. Real part of the mission of being a Gatto, I think.
How did you get into, just curious, when did you nurture like your appreciation and love for dogs? When did that happen?
I think through Bessie. So we got Biscotti, our first rescue, 10 years ago.
Okay.
And I think that was a big thing for me when we realized how much a rescue dog happens. That is, I think that's the one of Biscotti.
Yeah. That's Biscotti there.
That's Biscotti. Biscotti is one of our little, our first rescue.
Okay.
Our sweetest one. Tied for my favorite dog. I go back and forth between her and Spumoni.
Yeah. In the picture, right?
They're in the
There we
photo
go.
there. That's right. So there's a photo here. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a photo of me and my 2 pups. And that got drawn by a fan, which I love. I get a lot of fan art.
It's a
This
great
one's
pic.
actually good. A lot of it is shit, but that's a nice one. I get so much. People are terrible. I drew. Oh, that's what I look like.
You really genuinely get a ton of gifts.
I do.
Which is very sweet of your
Which I love.
fans.
I don't mind. Listen, the moment of the handing off the gift, I always think it's so nice, and I appreciate
that someone would think of you.
Right. For me, it's when I see what people think I look like. And it's like, oh, I look like that. And then it's like a reflection, like, oh, do I really look like that? I need to get to the gym. But
if you want to feel bad about yourself, ask a child to draw you. And they'll accentuate the worst parts of you.
My son draws a jelly bean family, he's a jelly bean approach to it. You circle with legs and arms and a smile, right? That's what my son does. And I'm always 6 to 7 times bigger than any other person he draws.
I'm gonna need 3 more pieces of paper, Dad.
Except he drew Uncle Vinny once. He drew Uncle Vinny once, right? My brother-in-law Vinny,
Oh,
who you
dude.
know, Big Vin, and it was hysterical how big Vinny was compared to everything else. Yeah, but I do get a lot of fan art. I do have gotten some great dog stuff. I've gotten some really. My office is filled with a lot of great fan stuff. I've gotten the meet and greets and whatnot. I think it's really cool.
What's one of the odder, more eccentric pieces or something?
I framed it. A woman. I had posted a photo of me and my kids, a selfie photo on my Instagram, and she did it with shiny beads. She recreated the photo with shiny beads.
Really?
And it was unreal. I actually got it from her. It took her forever. She shared the story, and it was so sweet. And I was like, wow, to take all the time to do this. And it was like, it's unlike anything I've ever seen.
Really?
And it's me and my 2 kids in the shiny bead art that I framed and it's hanging in my office. It's heavy. It's nice. Yeah,
that's
really cool.
pretty sick.
That's pretty cool.
Also a little scary.
A little bit,
right?
bit, yeah.
A little scary.
It has the same blood type as me. No, it was cool. It was cool.
But to go back, so Bessie got you involved with the dogs.
Yes.
And then you guys both, is that something that a bond was just another asset to the relationship between you and Bessie, where it's like, let's foster this part of our relationship and see where it develops?
Literally her dream.
Yeah.
And literally I was like, okay, I'm going to dive in and support this thing. So we did it. And I was like, it really was like just such, she feels like it speaks to her heart. It's her mission. It's her purpose.
Right.
And, you know, when you love somebody and you want to support them, like, it's like, all right, let's do
great.
it. So, you know, it's funny. We make jokes, you know, it's very expensive because they're old. And I always say, I got to go to work for the dogs. You know, like that's what we do. Like I'll come home and she'll be like, hey, we just found this one. It needs a surgery. We have one dog that we spent over 30 grand on to save, which is crazy. Yeah. And it lives with us. It's one of our pack now. Because, you know, it's French fry.
Because you're a pretty cut and dry kind of guy.
Yeah.
You seem like, you know, but to know that you would go the extra distance, 30 grand on a dog.
That's a lot. That's
I was like,
this thing better,
Notre Dame.
This thing better live. But you know, it is. You know, we get a lot of support from the community, which is good. You know, a lot of people kick in. We've got a great network of volunteers. We do a lot of things right, but it's like senior dog is like no joke. It's like, you know, these things, you get them in messed up situations. Most of them are abandoned because people can't afford to fix them or help them.
Yeah.
You know, so you get these dogs coming in the door, which are, you know, got the limp or the tooth or the tongue or the cancer, and you're like trying to help them.
They're not pretty. They're not going to Westminster.
They're not Westminster. They're Eastminster. They're from the other side of the tracks.
Yeah.
You know, but they're, you know, they're getting we get a lot that they're like, the vets are like, oh, this dog only's got a couple months. And then they get in a loving home, and these sons of bitches, they just come back to life. And they're like, become like puppies again, and they live longer. And so it's interesting. But we've been doing great with a lot of homes, a lot of people, you know, coming into to help us with adoptions. It's been really great that they have rewarding years. Bessie literally broke into tears 2 days ago because she got a picture and an update from somebody about the daughter cuddling this dog that what we had was like on its way out and gotten into a loving home. We had helped rehabilitate it. We had to remove an eye. And it was so sweet that she sees this little girl cuddling her dog, and she started crying. And I was like, this is why we do it. You know, it's unbelievable.
Oh, so, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. And, you know, I love dogs. And now my dogs that we are getting older, you know, they're older now. Biscotti, my girl, we got her at 1.5. She's 10. And she can't get up on the bed anymore. You know, I'm going to have to like lose her, and it's going to be like, oh, so gut wrenching, you know?
Yeah. Because Spumoni went on the road.
Spumoni comes on the road with me, my little girl. Yeah, she's my littlest. I adopted her on the road. She's 8 now. She got some time left. She's a tiny dog, so she'll be around in like a little monster. She'll be a little goblin. You know, we have a 17-year-old at our house, Mocha. We had a sweet 16 for her last year.
Can I guess
so
it's...
Ugh. That thing comes at you in the middle of the night. You come downstairs. Ooh, it's like, like you know, may the power of Christ compel you. Like one of those. I swear to God, that thing is hysterical.
I don't know if we talked about this last time, but there was a moment where I came out for your book read.
Yeah,
for your book read, and because of where we were, you said, you know what, just stay at my house.
Yep.
And I was like, okay, great. And you have a gorgeous home, and your family's fantastic, and your kids are so sweet and loving.
Waiting for the butt. Here it comes.
And here it comes. Anytime you hear this many compliments, it's like, where's
here
this
comes
going?
the D. Where are we knocking her down to?
You go, okay, we're gonna put you in this guest bedroom. I go, okay, great. And it's a beautiful guest bedroom, and it's right next to the bar, which I appreciate. You're like, now, just so you know, and I'm like, oh God, here we go. What is it? You go, There's like a kennel underneath your.
The rescue is in the basement. Our sanctuary is downstairs.
And you're right above
Yeah.
2 dogs, and you're going to hear something that you've never heard in your life. And you're like, the dog, it's going to sound demonic. It's going to sound like not a dog.
Yeah.
The house is not possessed. Just, you're going to hear it at like 6 in the morning or 7 in the morning. So I was like, okay. And I'm thinking, okay, this is hilarious. And then
the bellows.
Then you just hear, you're like, what the fuck is that? Like, what you said couldn't even prepare me for what noise is that? Because I've never. By the way, not even a dog, like an animal. I've never heard that in my life. Like Nosferatu should have they should have recorded it and used it in AR. It was unlike anything I've ever heard.
Yeah, we had a dog at that point that was making that had a very weird and distinct bark. Bark. That was its bark. That's quote unquote its bark. Yeah, that was living under you at that point.
Yeah.
So we have since rehomed that one. That one got a home. So which was
that one got a home.
Yeah, they all get a home.
Anything's possible.
It's like Oprah. You get a home. You get a home.
If that dog can get a home, anything's possible.
Yeah.
Who adopted it? Lucifer? Like that is crazy.
It's living in Transylvania. A beautiful man named Van Helsing. So I took it in. No, but it's funny because you'll get some of those dogs like that. But at feeding time, the house gets very loud, which is interesting.
Sure, yeah.
And the downstairs, when the volunteers come in to feed, or the people that work with we have some wonderful women that work with our rescue that come in to help feed and do it all. You'll hear the downstairs in the mornings start going, and thank goodness my kids are such good sleepers. Thank goodness.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's out of necessity or if it's just because.
It's pretty interesting that they're going to have that upbringing with all those dogs, and they're just going to kind of become.
I said to my daughter, we talk about it all the time. I was like, this is going to be your thing. When mommy and daddy go, you're going to have all these dogs. And she's like, I have some friends that only have one dog. Only. She's like, only have one dog. It's interesting to see that. But as our dogs start to dwindle as they get older, eventually our pack upstairs at the Gatto Pups is going to start lowering. It's going to be interesting to see what that's like to only have. It's crazy to say, but to only have 6 dogs, that'd be half the amount of dogs I have.
Right.
Which is nuts.
But it is interesting because in my Facebook feed, just the algorithm knows that I will watch, we met this puppy on the side of the road, and then it's a Dodo. Dodo?
Yes, Dodo. Yeah.
So I follow Dodo, and it's just all these great animal videos, and I'd say half of them are like wounded or like neglected dogs that you see the personality change, and you see what love can do to an animal. It's pretty interesting. And
Order human.
Order human.
Yeah,
yes.
It's true. You see some of these despicable humans, and they get a dog, and a dog shows them love, and it's so interesting.
That's true. Yeah. Goes the other way. I mean, look, my brother came back from Iraq, definitely affected with PTSD, and got a dog named Cracker. And Cracker, I would say single-handedly changed his life.
Amazing.
100%.
Yeah.
And he would attest to it too.
Yeah.
And Cracker passed away 2 years ago. And my brother, it definitely affected him. Yeah. And he's waiting to get another dog here.
I should send him one. I'll send him one.
Yes. I know I put you guys in touch with each other. But
Barrel.
But he is, it really did turn him around. Absolutely. He was a lot more, because I think that a lot of things is like in the nature of those guys, they just kind of, they get super introverted. They stay sheltered because they know they're going to be safe in this particular environment, wherever they're staying. And then having that dog force my brother to get out and take walks and get some sunshine, get some vitamin D.
But
get some
the
fresh air.
bottom line is nothing is happy to see you as a dog. You can't deny the fact that thing doesn't care about anything and just is happy to see you. That changes your, your persona instantly. Even if you're in the worst mood or whatever happens, that dog comes up. Yeah. You'll just have them. I remember when I got separated with Bessie, I was living alone. And before I decided to take the 2 dogs with me, Biscotti and Spumoni lived with me. That's why I'm so tight with them too. It was completely changed the experience. Right. I wouldn't say I was having fun, but I would say, wow, it was such a different thing to have to get up, get out, go take them outside, right. And just feel oh my God, I have a little bit of a purpose, or just start smiling and playing with them or whatever, So it does for sure change it. So I can't recommend more adopting a dog and bringing a dog into your home if you don't have one.
Well, it's great work that you and Bess do. And if people want to get info, what is it? Gatto Pups?
Gatto Pups and friends.com or at Gatto Pups and Friends on Instagram.
And A-N-D, not
A-N-D. Yeah, not the fancy, what's that called?
I don't even know what that's called.
You do know. It's
I use
called
it
an
all the time.
ampersand.
What is it called?
Ampersand.
Amber Alert?
Ampersand. No, Amber Alert's very
Got it.
different.
Okay.
Yeah, ampersand.
Ampersand.
You know, I knew something you didn't know.
I
and
didn't know
you're
that.
a reader.
I use it all the time. And I'm a reader.
And you're a reader.
Yeah, I don't even use readers.
What's one of the most famous ampersands?
I
Abercrombie and Fitch.
was thinking something like biblical.
It's this tramp stamp I have.
Yeah. Okay. Shall we get to work?
Let's
here?
get to work, baby.
Yeah, let's do it.
You know what we do here is we help people as best we can.
We always do.
By giving some advice. You
We
can
always
send
do.
in your queries and your things that you need us to solve for you.
Yes. And I only do half the work. You're helping humans and animals.
Well, you know what? We'll help everybody. If a dog wrote in, we'd help them. So
Okay.
it's at Two Cool Moms Pod on Instagram. You can submit there or
twocoolmomspod@gmail.com. You could email us your queries. You could email us questions. You could send a video of you asking.
right. We do the
questions, whatever
talk.
you
We
want.
do the talkback feature too now, right?
do
On
a
the
talkback feature?
iHeart
Talkback feature.
Right. What's the talk? Tell them about it.
So if you're on the iHeartRadio app, you click the little microphone in the corner, and then you can send a message. It's like a voicemail.
Ooh,
I know.
so
Pretty
fancy.
cool.
We are so fancy now. I love the iHeart family.
Yay.
All right, let's get some questions. What do you got for us?
All right. This one comes from
Could he
Lauren.
be any nicer?
Impossible.
It like makes me sick.
This one comes from Lauren. Hi, it's Laura. I need wise input help. I've been on my own working and traveling for about 3 years now. I'm moving back to my home state for grad school next year. I'm a teacher and 26 years old. Wondering if I should move back in with my parents to save money or suffer financially to have stable mental health and continue living alone. Side note, my boyfriend lives alone, so I feel bad constantly using his place to get together. Please give me some of your advice. Love you, mommy, since day one.
Oh, that's
What's her name
sweet.
again?
Lauren.
I love Lauren.
I love Lauren.
I love the fact that she got that experience, right? She sounds independent. And so I would not move back in with your folks. It's almost kind of like you're going back.
You're pulling the Paul Abdul.
Keep going forward. Keep pushing forward. And that's so cool that she doesn't want to infringe upon her boyfriend. I mean, I don't know. You could
disseminate a lot of good stuff about Laura.
Yeah,
Stock.
it's like I like her
Yeah.
out of the gates. She's on a great trajectory, and she's being respectful to her boyfriend, being respectful to herself with her parents, and being respectful to her parents. I think she just sounds like she's got a great head.
She
on her
dropped a
shoulders.
little mental health thing in there that felt like a little bit of a dig to the parents.
That's true.
You
But
heard
that's
that?
That's what
You
the
heard
kids
that?
do
You heard
these
that
days.
underneath? You heard that underneath the simmer? You heard that boiling under the teapot? The little teapot go. ready to pour some tea there? Are we?
Pull it off.
Pull it off there.
Too hot.
Yeah, it's a little too
'Cause
hot there.
it's too hot.
Too hot.
Too
Too
hot.
hot, baby. She wants to. She don't want to pull Paul Abdul. She don't want to take 2 steps forward. She wants to take 2 steps back. She wants to go right back in her own spot. And I think you know what? She needs to be a DJ Sassy Cat. What's his name?
DJ Scat Cat.
Scat Cat. She wants to pull Scat Cat here. What I would say is definitely live on your own for sure.
Yeah.
You know, but maybe let's take it easy on the parents. They're just trying to help a little bit. You don't have to talk about the mental health here.
The fact that they're opening your house is
That's nice of them.
there's very
Maybe
nice
they're doing it
yeah.
to be controlling. We don't know this. I don't
Yeah.
want to get into it either. But I would definitely. I think there's always so much. There is progression to that. Look, you're talking to a guy. I moved back home. I was living in mommy's basement. For a while, and I will say that it probably inhibited my freedom. I remember when I moved out. Finally, I was like, "Oh, this is unbelievable to be out on your own."
Yeah.
And do that. So I will say I did move back in after I was moving, lived out on my own, and I did feel like a heavy, this isn't good. So
Yeah.
I would definitely say stay out and about. And you know what? Then you can entertain your boy at your place, which is so nice.
Yeah. And I think in terms of like mental health, everybody's dealing with issues, right? Everybody's got things they need to, and what better time to do it than when you can reflect on your own and have your own space to do that in. And whether you move in with your folks or whether you do it 5 years, whatever, you're going to have to do it eventually.
For sure.
So just get to it now and develop all those resources and be dependent on yourself.
You'll make it work. Bet on you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Bet
Yeah.
on you for sure. How old are you when you moved out? You moved across country at a young buck at what, 21, 22?
22, out of Ohio, went to New York, stayed with my folks for maybe 4 or 5 months, and then I got a place on 20th and Ditmars.
Nice. Roomie?
Yes, I had a roommate.
First roommate.
Uh,
Who was it?
Nikki. Her name was Nikki.
Romantical or just a situation? Just a
She was just my roommate.
just a roommate.
And then things happened.
Yeah. Then Johnny Walker knocked on the door. Yeah.
And then
okay. So you started as just a roommate.
and then she moved out.
How did you find? Do you not want to talk about this?
No, it's fine. It is what it is.
How did you
I
find?
banged my roommate.
Yeah.
Okay,
It happens
is
to
that
the
what
best
you
of
want to
us.
hear? She
Happens
was
to the
pretty
best
hot.
of
She
us.
was pretty hot. Yeah.
So what happened with? How did you find her to start though? Was it like
We were working together at
perfect?
So Caroline's Comedy Club. I was working there as a greeter, like an
Yep.
whatever, the host. And she worked upstairs at Comedy Nation, which was the restaurant that's now Junior's Cheesecakes.
Ah, nice.
And Caroline's is gone now too. It's now like a ping pong thing. But I worked down there, and she worked upstairs, and we got to know each other. She seemed super cool.
So then you moved in with your. See, the same thing happened with me and our good friend Justin in California.
You guys banged?
Very well. We you know what? We don't talk about it. I don't want to dig into it. But me and Justin, we worked together and became roommates.
Yeah.
I think that's a big thing in life. Like you end up working. Like, hey, you need a roommate. I need a roommate. We're both struggling. Let's get together. You know.
And by the way, one of the coolest dudes I've ever met.
I will
really
go there and
love
say
him.
the coolest dude. I know.
Just
Yeah,
a
I love him.
great hang. There's some people you meet instantly, you go, oh, this dude's cool.
Yes.
This dude's cool. I like him.
Yeah.
Just a great hang. And how fortunate are you to have met somebody like that out of the gates in LA, right?
Yeah. In LA.
Friend for life.
Friend for life, man. One of the best. It's great. But yeah, I think that's a situation. Well, maybe she could find a roommate. She got somebody she works with, and it'll help ease the bills. Yeah. Well, then she break up with the boyfriend. Got to be careful. Well, I hope that helped. I think that felt good.
That felt good.
Yeah. I would say
think
stay. We're on the same page. I would say stay on your own.
Absolutely. Yeah. She's doing great.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
This next one comes from RJ. Hi, Joe and Steve. And Jiggy, I guess.
We'll tell you said hello.
Just throw you in there too.
Yeah.
And Andrew.
Yeah.
I
Thank
guess.
you.
Thanks, RJ. I have a relationship quandary I've been having for years. My wife, 30, and he's 31, got married last year, and we're still discussing the topic of our last names. She doesn't want to take my last name, which is fine, but when we eventually have kids, we both agree that we want our whole family unit to share a last name. To complicate the matter, I am the only male left on my side of the family able to carry on the last name, and she only has sisters, so she's in a similar boat. Do we hyphenate them? Pick the cooler one? Make up our own? Help me, cool moms. You're our only hope.
Wow. That's interesting.
What's the name again?
RJ.
RJ. RJ's in a tough boat because I'm actually the last Byrne. So I was like, if I don't have a son, it's over, right?
Les Gatto, same deal.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I have two sisters.
And you got
I got Remo.
Yeah. Sorry, dude. Yeah. But you got Remo.
Yeah. I got.
I didn't know if I was able to say the name or whatever. But
my son's name?
yeah.
Oh yeah. No. It's not. He's not.
He's not Beetlejuice.
He's not Voldemort. If you say it 3 times, he'll pop out from behind that plant.
With a calculator. Can I do your taxes? No, that's interesting. That's a tough boy. I wonder why. Look, tradition says you got to go with the guy's name.
I will say this: making up a new name's bullshit. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah,
that's not. You leave it to a coin flip. I mean, you let fate decide somehow. Maybe I don't know. I think maybe when you name the kid, you see what sounds like a better last name. Making up a new name is tough. I think because then you lose both of you.
I don't like the hyphenated thing. You know what? And I just did this just to do it. Her
maiden name's the middle name. Yeah,
that's what we did.
That's what I was gonna say.
Because my nickname for my wife is Jansen. I was hey, Jansen. And so one time we were out with her sister-in-law, and she's like, what'd you call her? I go, Jansen. She started laughing. She's like, that's pretty awesome. Yeah. So I call her Jansen. So our daughter, the middle name is her mom's maiden name.
I like that.
Yeah,
I think you put the loser of the name goes as the middle name. When you guys pick one, I would just put the middle name because the middle name's wasted anyway. The hyphenated is I
don't like that.
I don't like hyphenated either.
Look, the guy's name I'm just a traditionalist. I like
too, yeah.
tradition, and I think that
If I got to blame, I would say the grandfather fucked up. He only had daughters. That's not on you. Like, he had a shot. It's it.
something in the water.
That's
yeah.
it.
Come on, Gramps.
The name's dead.
Yeah.
You got to live with that. That's it. It goes
Yeah.
with you. No, I would say I would think that's a nice way to do it. Is like put the middle name as the last name.
But the girls, you're going in between though. I'm saying put the girls.
You say the girls.
I say the wife's name is
and the boy
middle
gets
name, and the boy gets that because that's tradition. And it's like, okay, so she's got sisters. Are they in the same dilemma?
Right.
I bet not.
They might have a boy there to carry it on or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Well, I think
I'd concede only so far. That to me would be,
and that's
something.
what I love about you. You're a line in the sand kind of fella,
Yeah.
and that's all you're gonna put right there.
Then you don't get this D, bitch. Sorry.
Wow. Snippity snip. What's your pronouns? Go ahead, say it. You know you want to. You fucker. All right, so I'll take all that out. Yeah, so I would say use the
My
middle name.
pronouns are Dong Wang.
What are you talking about? We got to feed you lunch.
The last thing anybody thinks about when you think about dicks as Asians is the two worst.
Dong and Wang.
Dong and Wang.
Those
Yeah,
are
it's
last
like-
names.
that always made me laugh. Sorry. Okay, we're way off course here.
Gotcha. I would say take the middle, use that middle name slot, and put somebody's last name in there.
That's what I was. Yeah.
Great.
Okay.
All right.
Cool. We solved it.
Let's solve that one. Good luck to them, though. That seems like a tough one.
Yeah.
I feel like there's not going to be a winner in that situation, too.
RJ, your wife sounds like a cunt. Do we cut that out?
No, that's the clip.
That's
Thanks for
name.
listening.
That's the name of
Name-
the
RJ's
That's the
wife
name
is
of the
a C.
episode.
RJ's wife is a C is the name of the episode. God. All right, so you can just use that little piece. I don't even know at this point.
This is all the good stuff.
This
This is the stuff we cut is always the funniest. It's always the funniest.
Okay, we'll keep it.
I love you ever see that Hall & Oates song? There's a guy in a studio. He's playing eight different instruments, and it's the one dun, 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 and he goes, "You're a cunt."
Yeah.
I love that
one,
video.
buddy.
That video
Yeah,
makes
yeah.
me so happy.
It's because it's the song. The song has that little riff in it, and
And then there's that little
I
beat.
want to know. Yeah, whatever
yeah,
they say.
yeah, and he just says it, and
Yeah.
it's so perfect. It's such a great video.
Well, I'll get you that as a T-shirt for Christmas. Great. All right, we got time for another one. Let's hit it.
Okay, this one's pretty juicy.
Ooh.
It comes from Liv, and she says, "My boyfriend broke up with me after over a year. He completely blindsided me. I thought we were hanging out, but he came to say he was done with me and that he had trash bags of my stuff from his place." His two reasons for breaking up with me were, one, he didn't like the man he became because he got fatter, became worse with his money because he spent too much on me, which wasn't my fault that he bought me things. He didn't hang out with his friends as much, again, not my fault, etc. And number two, he felt the relationship was disproportionate. I am emotional and know how to communicate and ask for help. He is the opposite. He gave me things to be mindful of a month before the breakup. I worked on these things. He was so impressed with how well I'd worked on them, but then 2 weeks later, he broke up with me for entirely different reasons. What should I do?
Oh my goodness.
Whew.
Wow.
When you say juicy, I want both of us to go outside, get our pants on, pull them up. It says juicy, yours says juicy, and we read them, and then we sit down.
Juicy
this
booties.
is very juicy.
Oof.
This episode should be called Details. My God, there's a lot here.
Wow.
There's
Okay.
a lot.
Well, your stuff's in the trash. That's the number one to start with. He didn't even take the time to put it in a bag. He just threw it in trash bags. He got you out quick.
Yeah.
He didn't want to deal with any of it. He's like, just throw it all in this. I will say he did you a favor. From my point of view, it seems like he emptied it all for you. He gave you stuff to work on, and you did that, and then there was other problems. It seems like there's just a lot of problems in this relationship. So I would say accept it and move forward.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Look, obviously, there's always two sides to
100%
the
to the
but-
trash bag. There's a recycling bin and there's a trash bag.
By the way, to your point, like there's like, right, you could put it in a hamper.
Yeah.
You could put it in a thing. You could
The
box it up.
means a lot.
Yeah,
yeah.
but
A
it's just like,
box.
when it's in a trash bag, it means
She doesn't understand whatever. Did he nod it? Did he even nod them? Or was he
I
just
guarantee
going
he just
through them?
ripped it
Just to
up.
pull up. Yeah.
Ripped it up violently. That says a lot. And then to hear like he got fat and is blaming you, it's like, what the fuck? That's crazy.
I don't like the person I became. I'm eating ho-hos.
I ain't like shit. It's your fault. God dang.
Yeah.
It's like,
She
that's
did. It
nuts.
does seem like, I will say devil's advocate a little bit. She's not taking any responsibility for anything, though.
In what regard?
There is a reason why he broke up with you, right? And she's like, he didn't like the man he became. Not my fault. He didn't eat. He didn't like the way he was with money. Not my fault. He bought me all this stuff. Like, it's all my, she's literally saying like, okay, well, like you did, so something went wrong. Like, you know, it's not built up out of nowhere. He didn't,
It's
he's
not like
not
she's feeding him. It's not like she's pulled out a trough and like filling it with Cool Ranch Doritos and go, eat you pig. Like he's making his own decisions.
Yeah, it's
but
true.
then he's blaming her for getting fat.
Right. That one I'm not with. Though.
Not my fault.
Not my fault.
I get it.
That
It's
I
not your
understand.
fault.
He's buying me nice things. Not my fault. Like, you know, okay. A lot of not my faults coming at me. And I'm saying she could be the San Andreas a little bit. Some of it could be her fault.
It's not my fault.
Something's got to be her fault.
Yeah, I think, look, there's probably a warning flare there hearing, not my fault, not my fault. What is your fault?
Yeah. Yeah. Because then she's saying a lot of stuff came at me that was, you know, that he asked me to work on. This other stuff came out of nowhere. So kind of it seems like he just wanted out of the relationship too.
Well,
he couldn't wait to throw that
he's
stuff in the
communicated
garbage.
to her things that he didn't appreciate. It doesn't sound like maybe she was accountable for him. Or maybe she was. I don't know.
She said she fixed them, those things,
Yeah.
but he didn't give her these other ones. So that just makes me sound like he just wanted out anyway. He gave you stuff to work on. You fixed them, and according to you, not according to him, but you said you fixed them. But then, I guess, you know what? To be fair, she did fix them because he's not pointing to them when he's breaking up with her. He's pointing to different things now. So it just sounds like he's grabbing at anything. Just he wants you out. He wants to put you in the trash, and he did that physically and mentally and emotionally. And yeah. So that he just wanted out. So I would say it's just don't try to salvage it. It's over. Move on.
And by the way, it's been a year.
Yeah. No, they were in it. They were in it a year.
They were in it a year.
Yeah, that's only a year. I mean, 365, you get that back.
I know it sounds like
A long
a
time.
lot, right? But they say I think the grieving process is 1 week for every month,
Oh, really?
is what I've heard.
So 12 weeks?
12
grievances?
weeks, 3 months.
3 months,
You
you'll be
get
all
over it. But I think that's also like, what's the science behind that? You know,
Yeah.
who knows?
I didn't know you could get mathematical with it like that. Wow.
That's what I've read.
Of course you read it. We get it. Did you watch a documentary about it too, or no? Yeah. Did you? Yeah. You probably did, right? The document, The Science of the Breakup. Did you read that? You didn't see that? Directed by John Paul Gaultier. I think you're fine, right? I think you move on from it.
Yeah.
It's hurtful. You're going to get through it though.
She seems cool. Like, again, you can glean things from very detailed. There's a lot coming at us.
A lot
right?
coming at us.
But she's also like, I think she's setting the foundation for like, hey, make an educated choice here. Here's the situation.
Yeah.
And yeah, if it's a year, it's like
Nothing.
it's really nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know it's so easy to say that to people, right?
Yeah.
But you got so much road ahead of you.
For sure. All right. Well, I think we solved some issues. We got time for one more. Another quick one. You got a mini one over there?
Yes.
Okay. Give us not as juicy steak. Give us a tidbit, will you? Give us a skewer.
Yeah, give us an app.
Okay, this one's pretty meh. Yeah.
Well, you could also just make one up if you want.
No, I can't do that on the spot.
I mean, we can. If you don't have one, we could just make one up.
This one sounds good.
Okay.
It's from Tyler. This
Okay.
one's a kebab. I'd say it's a veggie kebab.
Oh, we got a veggie.
okay.
Wow.
It's not
healthy.
juicy, but you know what? It still gets there.
Healthy.
It'll get us there.
This one's from Tyler. What advice do you have for a newly engaged couple?
Oh,
Wow.
don't talk to anybody about it. Make all your own decisions. You're going to hear so much unsolicited advice and bullshit about, you're going to spend that much on the wedding? You should buy a house. Blah, blah. Just shut up, everybody, and let's enjoy ourselves for this 1 year we have before we're going to be hitched together and my train is locked to you and we're just going through the road of life and you don't know, there's going to be ice storms, there's going to be a rough road, could be sunshine. You don't know. Enjoy this moment because the rest of it is bullshit. What do you have to say? I would say you got to tune people out. That was the number one thing I would say about engagement coach. Just tune people out. Enjoy your own journey.
Yeah.
Right.
By the way, that's great advice because you're gonna ask people for things, and then
100%.
people are unsolicited going to tell you things. You need to do this. You have to get that. Oh, talk to that guy. You're gonna love this DJ. It's just like do what makes you happy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would say get to the butt stuff quick.
Quick. Yeah.
Quick.
Yeah.
Why wait? You know, you earned it.
I would say this too. This is something else I would say.
Yeah.
I will say treat it as a time to enjoy. Don't treat it like a job. A lot of people get engaged, like, okay, we got to do this. Look, we all know there's to-dos. You got to plan this, do this, you know, deal with the family dramas of integrating and whatnot. But I will say there's supposed to be an enjoyment to the engagement. There's supposed to be you should be focusing on, wow, I found my person. I'm in love. This is great. We're going to start our journey together in our next chapter. Definitely revel in that. And don't get caught up in the administrative stuff that comes with engagement.
Yeah, I think it's interesting you say that because I've looked back on my marriage a handful of times, like the actual wedding itself, and I don't think I ever gave myself enough time to really enjoy it because everybody's there. You're like, oh my God, they're all here. You got to take the picture. You got to shake the hands. You got to thank you for, oh my God, you flew from where? It's just like,
right.
And yes, you want to do that, right? You want to acknowledge people gave up a weekend. People got a hotel. They got airfare. They got 1,000 things to do too. But they came out. Of course, you want to acknowledge that. But it is kind of like, as much as it's her day, because every girl dreams of it, like what dude dreams of his wedding day?
Yeah, for sure. Right.
You know? Like, but I do wish I enjoyed it a bit more because it was more like, okay, are you happy? Is everything, like for my wife especially?
100%. When it comes to the day, I will say you are going to be spending a lot or doing a lot. I think you really just need to remember, eat, drink, and laugh.
Yes.
Like that's what you need to do. Like that day has got to be something you want to make memories of. You want to do that stuff. You don't have to worry as much as you think about being a host and people are already there celebrating you.
Yeah.
You bump into people on the dance floor. It's enough. You don't have to go table to table. Hi, thank you for all that shit. It's just make it a party, make it an experience, but mostly make it for you too.
Yeah.
Because you're the one paying for it, right? You're going to have all this time. You want to get something out of that day. You want it to be memorable for sure.
Yeah. Take that moment before with your boys.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite memories is just hanging out with the fellas before, and just I remember doing a shot with everybody and just having it was like, wow, this is pretty cool.
I remember we were all just laughing, getting dressed. I loved getting dressed together. That was fun. Yeah, we got in the tuxes together and all that. Everybody came to the apartment. I thought that was really cool. Some fun hang. There was some food out. We just hung out and stuff. Yeah, I think it's important.
Yeah, enjoy it. And again, like to your point, Joe, like that's something you guys are going to do together that you'll never do together again.
That's right.
And it's the most exciting.
You might do it again, but you're not going to do it together again.
Down the line. Fingers crossed you don't. But
right.
You know, enjoy all those decisions because that's you guys, and it's the beginning of a brand new life and a commitment. And it's I mean, what's better than that? It's pretty cool.
Nothing. It's the best. Yeah. All right. There we go. We did it, Stevie. Another episode in the bag. Thank y'all for Two Cool Moms. We love you very much. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, all the things. Okay. And if you want to come see us on the road, come see. I'm all across the country. I mean, you can't get enough of me.
You're everywhere.
I'm
big
everywhere.
Markets, small markets.
I'm at the ShopRite. I'm at the supermarkets. I'm at the farmers markets. I'm at every market.
You're in the shadows. You're in the limelight.
I'm lurking, Nosferatuing. I'm watching you while you sleep. JoeGattoOfficial.com for tickets for me.
And I'm a lot more affordable than Joe. You can find me at punchup.live. Steve Byrne. And
you think I'm overpriced? Is that what you're saying?
No.
I'll get a coupon for you.
No, but Vetix, Groupon, that's where you're from.
We love you guys. Thanks for listening.
These mommies love you, so show us some love.
Please rate us and review us, follow us on all social media, and subscribe to our YouTube.